This is your Barbados Today morning news update for Monday, August the 27th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, it's back to the negotiation table again this week for the government and the International Monetary Fund. The Mayor Motley-led administration is seeking balance of payment support from the IMF for the country's economic restructuring and transformation plan. Now, Prime Minister Motley told the Barbados Workers' Union Annual Delegates Conference at the weekend that she hopes the talks will not take 8 to 9 months to complete. At that same conference, Motley revealed a plan to invest some $120 million over the next 4 years on job training in the public and the private sectors. She said the program will be closely monitored to determine the objective of excellence.
We are going to put at least $30 million a year in training for the next 4 years to ensure that the entire Barbados, public sector and private sector, car washer to lawyer and accountant, regulator to taxi driver and tour operator, waiters and housekeepers to doctors and nurses. Every single job in this country has first to be identified. We need to settle on the rudiments of what defines excellence in the delivery of that job. Who will deliver the training, how much it will cost, when will it be delivered, and then most importantly of all, how we will monitor the habit of excellence.
In other news now, the top man at the Barbados-based regional security system is calling for a review of existing alternative methods of sentencing. Executive Director of the RSS, Captain Arrington Sherland, is questioning the effectiveness of such things as electronic monitors, curfews, drug courts, and community sentencing for non-violent offenders.
Even though we have demonstrated a willingness to explore these alternative methods, we have not, in my estimation, fully evaluated the effectiveness of these efforts in our own space, taking into consideration policy, legal, institutional, and cultural frameworks. My hope is that correctional facilities, along with the other components of the criminal justice system, review these methods within the context of each Caribbean territory.
In sports now, the Barbados Tridents lost their second successive game in the Hero Caribbean Premier League at Kensington Oval last night when they were beaten by 4 wickets at the hands of the Trinbago Knight Riders. Overall, it's the Tridents' third loss and only 2 wins for the season so far. The home team's next game is on Wednesday against the top-of-the-table Jamaica Talawas at Kensington.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. The Trinidad and Tobago government has made grants available to people affected by the recent earthquake that inflicted widespread damage across that twin island republic. But the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services says don't call them directly. There's a process that must be followed, and they are appealing to those in need of assistance to adhere to it. Nisha John Mohammed has the details.
Some of the disaster relief grants include a school supplies grant of $700 for primary school students and $1,000 for secondary school students, a clothing grant of $1,000 per family member, a grant to replace household items such as stoves, living and dining room sets, washing machines, beds and refrigerators of up to $10,000, and minor house repairs of up to $20,000 for materials during natural disasters. But in order to access the grants, an assessment must first be done by the Regional Corporation's Disaster Management Unit. From there, information will be sent to the Ministry of Social Development, which will dispatch teams to validate the claims made. Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services, Vijay Gangapasad, said that the process is very smooth and quick once persons follow procedures.
And on the global front, a former top official inside the embattled Roman Catholic Church is demanding the resignation of Pope Francis. The church insider has accused the pontiff of having known for years of allegations of sex abuse by a prominent U.S. cardinal. More in this Reuters report.
An unprecedented call for Pope Francis to resign comes from within his own church. Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano accused Pope Francis Sunday of covering up sex abuse by U.S. Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. McCarrick resigned last month in disgrace. In an 11-page bombshell statement given to conservative Roman Catholic media outlets during the Pope's visit to Ireland, Vigano placed the Pope on a long list of current and past Vatican and U.S. church officials he claims covered up the cardinal's actions. Reuters Vatican correspondent Philip Pullela.
People are taking sides already. There's going to be a war coming, and people are sort of choosing which side they're going to be on. There's going to be winners and losers.
Using blunt language, Vigano compared church cover-ups to the actions of the mafia.
The tone of the letter is one of vindictiveness. It's very nasty. It's a very political letter. He himself was passed over, did not become a cardinal. He's not a great fan of the popes. He's conservative, and he's also been very critical of Francis, along with other conservatives.
The Archbishop has long been critical of the Pope, disagreeing with his softened stance on issues such as homosexuality and abortion. His scathing allegations come on the heels of a recent finding by a Pennsylvania grand jury that 301 priests in the state had sexually abused minors over the past 70 years.
And that's news and the sports. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Now, you can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. And don't forget to sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.